Hi, everyone. How are you doing? Hopefully, you're doing well. Today, we're diving deep into something that's got the tech world buzzing. WebX, you know me, I like to cut through the hype and see what's really good. We're going to break down what WebX actually, why people are excited about it. And yeah, we'll talk about whether it's truly the future of website creation. So grab your coffee, get comfy, and let's unpack this. All right, first up, decentralization. Now, usually when you build a website, it lives on a server, right? But with WebX, things are different. It's all about ditching that central server and spreading everything out across the network. This means no single point of failure, kind of like if the internet was built on a mesh network from the ground up. Interesting, right? But what does it actually mean for you? Potentially, a more resilient internet experience. Think about it. Less downtime, less censorship, and maybe even more control over your data. Next up, let's talk security. WebX relies heavily on blockchain technology. You've probably heard of it, it's the backbone of cryptocurrencies. But here's the thing, blockchain is more than just Bitcoin, it's incredibly secure, like really secure. Think of it like this. Your data is encrypted and then locked in a digital vault, and that vault is replicated across the entire network. Tough to break into, right? Plus, you hold the keys, literally, in the form of private keys. No more worrying about some company having your data. You're in control. Okay, so we've talked about security, but WebEx takes it a step further with data ownership. This is where it gets interesting. Remember how I said hold the keys? That means you actually, your data on WebEx, not just theoretically, you have real control. You decide who gets to see it, who gets to use it, and even if you want to monetize it, it's a whole new world of possibilities, especially for creators. Imagine a world where Facebook doesn't own your every post. That's the kind of shift WebEx is aiming for. Now, all this talk about decentralization and ownership is great, but it hinges on one thing, trust. How can you be sure everything's on the up and up? Well, that's where blockchain comes in again. See, blockchains are basically immutable ledgers. Every transaction, every interaction is recorded and visible to everyone. It's like a public record, but way more secure. This transparency is designed to foster trust within the WebEx ecosystem. You don't have to rely on a company to be honest. The code itself is designed to be transparent. Here's the thing about the internet. It works best when things connect seamlessly, and that's a challenge WebEx needs to overcome. Right now, the blockchain space can feel kind of fragmented, different platforms, different rules, but WebEx is designed with interoperability in mind. It's built to connect different blockchain ecosystems, to make it easier for developers to build apps that work across platforms. Imagine if all the different social media platforms could actually talk to each other. That's the kind of future WebEx is aiming for. Okay, let's talk about the bottom line, literally. One of the promises of WebEx is reduced costs. No more middlemen, remember? That means lower fees for developers, which could translate to more affordable websites and services for everyone. Think about it. If you're not paying hefty platform fees, you can pass those savings on to your users. This is especially huge for industries like finance, where transaction fees can be a real drag. WebEx could potentially shake things up in a big way. Now, this is where WebEx gets really interesting, especially for creators. Imagine a world where you didn't have to give a cut of your earnings to platforms like YouTube, Spotify, or Patreon. That's the promise of WebEx. It allows creators to connect directly with their audience and monetize their work without losing a huge chunk of revenue to intermediaries. It's a powerful idea, giving creators more control and potentially leading to a more equitable creator economy. Okay, we've talked about a lot of cool features, but here's the big picture. WebEx is about more than just websites. It's a platform for Web3 technologies. Think decentralized finance, DeFi, NFTs, DAOs, all those buzzwords you've been hearing about. WebEx wants to be the foundation for a new wave of decentralized applications and services. It's ambitious, it's complex, and it's still early days, but it's definitely something to keep your eye on. Remember how we talked about decentralization, making things more resilient? Well, that goes beyond just websites. The entire WebEx ecosystem is designed to be tough to take down. Since there's no single point of failure, it's much harder for hackers to cause widespread disruption. Even if a part of the network goes down, the rest can keep chugging along. It's like having a backup generator for the internet. Pretty cool, right? So we've covered a lot of ground here. We've talked about decentralization, security, ownership, and a whole lot more. The question is WebX really the future of website creation? Well, that's the million-dollar question, isn't it? It's still early days, and there are challenges to overcome: scalability, user experience, mass adoption, but the potential is undeniable. WebX represents a fundamental shift in how we think about the internet, and it's definitely something to keep on your radar. Is WebX the real deal, or is it all hype? Let me know in the comments below. I'm really curious to hear your thoughts on this one. If you want to learn more about WebX and dive deeper into the technical details, I've got some links in the description below. And hey, if you found this video helpful, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more deep dives into the world of tech. Thanks for watching.